Hi, this is Red Peters, and you're listening and viewing Verbal Shenanigans right here, right now.
But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Everybody, welcome back to this week's edition of the Verbal Shenanigans podcast. Mike, it seems like every time, like we usually record every week, so now we're recording like a week and a half, maybe a little less than that. It seems like every time we go a week without talking to each other, like 5 world events like happen. Like it just seems like we can't even be timely because like it's like, oh, we took over Venezuela, we took an ICE agent killed a woman today. We're riding, like it's impossible for us to even keep up with what the hell is going on in America. So I'm sure that's what people are tuning in for here.
Yeah, so to have world peace, I'll move into your guest room, so we're never separated. So that way no crazy world events will occur because we're together and we're best as buddies, and we'll sit in the bathtub together with my bar of soap. And
no, I was gonna say you've already kind of moved into my guest room, which is my office here, and there's a bar of soap behind me that I'm still not completely comfortable with. For those of you who don't know what the hell we're talking about, this lunatic who simmered himself in the bathtub, made body fluid soap, and sent it to me and our 2 friends that join the show quite often. If you listen to the game episodes, and I'm disturbed by it. The more I think about it, the more that it is in my room and lurking behind my shoulder. I'm not really happy about it.
Well, let me start by saying I didn't put body fluids into the bathtub. I just bathed and then took said water and added it to the soap.
Yes,
so
but
the way you're acting, you're figuring I just like let loose in my bathtub every which way out every orifice and said, let's make some soap.
No, it's more of thinking about that bar of soap, the liquid, okay? The liquid could have been roaming around your butt cheeks and under your balls and in your armpits and all running off. It's those fluids, Mike. I'm not talking about your inner fluids. God knows you probably put them in there too. That's what you reveal like 6 months from now. Be like, ha ha ha. I did something really, really terrible into the soap that you don't know about.
I mean, maybe that's a great bit. Maybe we can talk to a scientist. Like, listen, if I give you this soap, can you figure out how much is it like butt cheek DNA? How much is it just like elbow DNA? See which one of the 3 of you got the best deal out of that bar of soap.
Yeah, why don't you send us like 4 bars of soap and only one is the non-fluid one, and we have to pick one to shower with, like a blind tasting.
Well, again, like I will say, as we talked about in the last episode, I was a little concerned as the 2 guys did listen to the episode where I admitted what was in there, and there was still like a moment of, oh my God, are they going to use this? Do I have to warn them beforehand? But they seem to feel like it was an honor or so forth. You are the one that's pushing back and all that. It's not my fault. I won the gift exchange for a 3rd year in a row. I apologize. I'm undefeated in the gift exchange.
How do you call yourself undefeated in the gift exchange? Who is charting this?
Me. Like everything in life, I just put down who won, and I'm undefeated in pretty much everything. So, I mean, I feel bad for anyone who attempts to defeat me. Like,
and also, you need to stop bullshitting the audience that the other 2 guys were honored by your gift. Dom is creeped out. I sent him the picture, the video of you bubbling in the tub into a slow boil like a Burloo gumbo, and he was horrified. Harry, no one even knows what he's talking about half the time. His text you need a translator for. So don't let him pretend he's honored, and it's like, look what Mike sent me to his wife, and being like, wow, that's really nice. Stop it. Stop lying to the audience.
Listen, I sent you the videos of the soap. It's not all me in the bathtub. That's the beginning. I show all the steps that I do, and I tell you to put it out on Instagram. So there's a very hard task of downloading and uploading to Instagram that you still haven't got to because you're like, oh, there's so many things in this world to do.
So you think when I'm like, I'm rushing around, I'm like, damn, I got to get to that Burloo soap video immediately. All 13 videos and edit together into a nice package.
You don't have to edit together. You just literally put the video up on Instagram. I don't need anything fancy. I don't need CGI. Those are my pale white legs sticking out of the bathtub. I don't need anything like Thanos being in the corner or anything like that.
So you just want the video of your pale white legs with your loofah over your dong. Just post it. You just want it up there.
I don't care. It's not showing anything. You act like I'm just like, hey,
it's
boys.
Horrifying. It's horrifying. And you did it twice to me now, and I'm not happy about it.
I mean, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Stop.
Get a heart loofah put on top of that thing.
But where would you compare your soap to Sydney Sweeney's bathtub water that they were selling? Like, are you guys having a sales battle at the moment?
It's no battle when you deal with the Burls. I'm sorry. It's all right. That's another one things. I'm just like, now I'm 1-0 against Sydney Sweeney, and all my bathtub soap is far superior to hers in every way.
If anybody's listening out there, can you please comment on how insane my co-host, like, you realize this is insanity.
What? You're saying best buddies don't exchange bathwater soap all the time.
I gave you something to take care of your back, thinking about your health. You're thinking about poisoning me with the Burloo serum.
Listen, I listened back. I think it was episode 428. I think it was where you're like, oh, you should make bathwater soap.
That was that long
and I
ago?
fulfilled the need. It was maybe it was 468. I'll look it up.
Wow,
I mean,
that's a long time ago.
But I listened to the assignment. I achieved it. I got an A on it, and yet the professor is still yelling at me that I did a bad job.
1, don't call me the professor. 2, don't say you got an A on it. Because when this thing starts growing spores and
little baby Burloo's popping out.
yeah, there's little Burloo heads point. Anyway, it's gross. It's really gross, and I don't know if I'm leaving it there. I might just throw it in the garbage. It's
no, it's a gift from me. You can't throw away a gift. Come on now. If anything, re-gift it to someone. Now that would be a great story.
Put it in like a white elephant. My family whiteout. My aunt gets it. What is this? Oh, just some soap with my friend's man body soaking. Wow, thank you. I was in a little bit of an awkward spot recently. I went to a Christmas party for work, and it was just at a brewery. It's like a Christmas happy hour almost.
Okay.
Small brewery, like your typical tiny New Jersey brewery. And in there was, so like we only had like a tiny little section, like 2 tables kind of like near the bar area. And the whole restaurant it wasn't a restaurant. The whole brewery was roped off for like a private party. And I'm like, all right, well, that's a pretty big party. It's like the whole brewery. So everyone else was like the patrons pretty much just like standing by the bar. And we had like a little table. And all of a sudden, all these kids start showing up. And I'm like, what? Like loads and loads of children in pajamas, Christmas pajamas. And their parents are all in like Christmas pajamas. And they start bringing in gifts, and they start coming in. And I realize they're setting up like legit, like, kids' birthday party here. Like there's cupcakes and things like that. And sure enough, the whole brewery fills up with probably 25 little kids plus their parents, all in pajamas. And I guess what they were doing is they were having a birthday, kind of a Christmas themed party, and they were going on the Polar Express, which is like they do a train ride here, the Polar Express. which is cool and all, but it was a brewery. So it was a little like, okay, you gave the whole brewery to the kids' party, but I mean, I guess you got to make money somehow, but it was a little strange.
Now, were these kids like the pizza party where you're at, where one of them is like, shirtless time here at the Polar Express?
There was no shirtless Polar Express riders, but when I say I was in an awkward position, so I have to pee at some point, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the party was also getting ready to leave. So I go in the bathroom, and there's just your typical one stall, one urinal, and I'm in line, and all of a sudden, like 15 kids come join me in the bathroom. No other adults.
I'm going to clip that there to promote next week's episode. That sounds perfect.
Yeah, so I'm in line, like having to pee, and I'm just like, a couple of dads come in. I'm like, I'm just like letting kids go before me. And like kids don't just like pee normally. Like some of them are like wiggling out of their pants. Some of them need their dad's help. It was a very awkward position to be in.
Yeah, especially since you asked every kid if you could help them, and they kept on saying no, but you still want to be the good dad.
I did not. I just offered them soap to wash their hands at the end of it.
Now, did you talk to them about your son's capability of shooting fecal matter 10 feet away from the toilet and hitting a perfect shot?
Now, to be fair, when my son did that, okay, I'm starting to believe it was unfortunately a one-time thing, because I have not seen that skill ever happen again. But he was a good 2-3 feet away from the toilet and sent one rocket shipping into it.
Okay. So I see what's going on here. Your son is building a skill, and you feel he's aging out of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What I feel we got to do is we got to get him on like some kind of diet that's going to constipate him for like a couple days and all, like a good, like something that's going to really fill him up and all, nothing liquids. It's got to be like solids and just like, oh, Dad, my tummy hurts. And it's like, it's fine, son. We'll figure something out. Meanwhile, you're like 3 more days. Then you give him something, maybe put a little Pepto in his food or something like that. And then be like, son, this is your moment. Let it shine.
So you're saying I basically almost like poisoned my son during the week to try to get him to be able
fully poison
to be able to shoot dumps across the room. That's what you want me to do with my son.
Well, you talk about how disappointed I can hear in your voice.
No, I do not talk about it. Don't stop lying to the audience as if I text you.
Listen, I know we just joined like 4 different internet radio outlets, and this is probably the first show they're going to listen to, but this is what Scott does, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Normally I tell you go back in our catalog, but this I insist, you just start here and go the rest of the way. Do not look in the past.
Mike is acting as if I text him on the side like, hey man, it's been 6 months since his last target. I don't know what to do. Do you have any advice?
Well, you didn't say it in text, but I could read between the lines, and that's why I'm doing this here on the radio. So in case you forget, I'm like, yo, Scott, 537, go back. You got the capabilities, my friend.
Yeah, well, we did join a bunch of outlets, which we'll probably announce at the end of the show, but this might also be our last episode on these outlets.
That's why we joined like 10. Yeah. That way, after the first episode, we're back down to like 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. We roller coaster here on the Verbal Shenanigans podcast and all. You figure you want something that's just straight line? Nah, up and down, and we'll see you next week. That's how we roll.
Well, let's exit out of our 20-minute
like your son 8 feet away.
Like our 20-minute fluid segment. Mike, what do you got?
Well, I was watching TV last night, Scott. I'm going to text you over something here. I found the most interesting and confusing commercials I've ever seen in my life. So, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, beloved cereal of many, and even people who don't eat cereal anymore. I think you pour a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch in front of anybody, and they're going to eat it. Like, even if I invite you over for dinner and I just poured out Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I feel like that is something you would do. You'd be like, come on over for dinner and pour me some Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You know why? You don't complain. That's how you roll when you got the Cinnamon Toast Crunch in front of you. So this commercial comes on, and of all the things to kind of parody in life, I'm not sure how I feel about this right here. So why don't you play the video for yourself? It's a quick one right there. Did you get the text yet?
I did not get the text yet. It's still on.
Because I sent it to my wife who already had it before.
Yeah.
Because she loves the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I'd like to remind her.
Is that your guys like pillow talk? Like you text each other Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercial?
Yeah, she calls me her little Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Right, I mean, that's...
Don't start. Don't start.
I'm Mikey CTC, you know what I mean?
Okay, so what I'm watching is a...
wish I never had a bite of crunchy, swirly cinnamon toast crunch. Because even though it's alienated me from everything and everyone I've ever loved, whenever I taste Cinnadust, I know.
So for our people who are listening to us on audio, Cinnamon Toast Crunch basically said, you know, would be a great spokesman, Jeffrey Dahmer. Basically.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. So essentially, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it kind of looks pretty cool, I gotta say. Like the animation looks pretty cool, but he's essentially opening his fridge, and there's pieces of other former Cinnamon Toast Crunch characters in his fridge, and then he's eating them and telling how he has the lust for eating fellow cinnamon crunchies.
Yeah, and what he's describing, so you have like a square Cinnamon Toast Crunch little mascot going on, and you're like, oh, he opens the fridge and there's like a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and milk and stuff like that. No, there's jars looking like Cinnamon Toast Crunch with eyeballs in them, and he's just like opening it up to eat said Cinnamon Toast Crunch and all. He's basically saying the cereal is as good as cannibalism for the audience, and I'm not sure how that pitch got through enough executives where I could see that on television.
Yeah, I mean, like you as the guy out of the two of us who's tried cannibalism before, do you find this as something that should catch on and that people should try, give it a whirl?
I do not eat human Scott. I just do natural things like make bathwater soap for my friends. That's all I do.
Between the bodies that pile up and the voices that you do and hear and the imaginary friends and making soap out of your body fluids. You realize
the water, not the
you realize, fluids. You know, in a couple of weeks, we have a former like FBI agent coming on. I should ask them about all this. Like, are these things you would see that are synonymous with murderers or maybe bombers, things like that?
Instead of synonymous, it's Cinnamononymous because it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's a play on words. Either that or I said the word incorrectly. Yeah. That's what I kind of do. But I'm guessing, Scott, whoever did this, they should just go full out on like other advertisements. So I got some ideas on what your thoughts on it. So
Burlew idea segment. Here we go.
Yeah. So hear me out.
I also want to say before you start, I kind of liked the commercial. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's where I'm kind of like half and half on it. I'm like, it is cool looking, and I'm not sure if that what I sent you had the second commercial, but there's a second one where there's a Cinnamon Toast Crunch like walking down an alley, and the murderous cannibal Cinnamon Toast Crunch is following it, and it eventually like corners it, throws milk on it, and eats it.
So they're going all in on this.
Yeah,
this is their new campaign. Yeah,
one was enough. They're like, no, let's really emphasize our cereal is like delicious cannibalism. But I mean, let me think of some ideas here. So, I mean, dating apps are not as big as they used to be. So my thought process is, why don't we have Match.com talk about you never know who you'll find on Match.com, and the girl comes to the restaurant, she's smiling, and on the other side of the table, Ted Bundy.
Okay.
So
I'm in so far, yeah.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get in Match.com, and then there you go. Oh, a famous murderer. How about that?
Is that true? Are dating sites not that big anymore? Are people just not dating anymore?
I'm heard numbers are down. So, I mean, what better way?
Is that where you pick out your victims?
Well, what I'm saying is you go retro, and there's nothing more retro than Ted Bundy. So,
all right. I mean, I could see, girls are really into serial killers too. So,
yeah,
that's a proven fact. I feel like Netflix is just like horror porn for women who are into true crime.
Yeah, and even when they're not sexy, they sexify the murderers. So you'd be like, yeah, I could date a murderer. Look at that.
Nothing's better than Charlie Hunnam playing Ed Gein. I still find that hilarious. Like, I work with a woman who has a Charlie Hunnam calendar because she thinks he's just so strikingly hot. And meanwhile, they made him try to play this frumpy guy from wherever the hell they were, like lived in the woods that was like borderline special needs and not quite all there. So
yeah. So how about this? Like, we're going to like the 1700s England, and there's a woman in the alley running from Jack the Ripper, and he's about to kill her, and he's going into his pocket, and he's like, forgot my weapon. Then he grabs his phone and goes on to dollarshaveclub.com, and they order him like a delivery of razors for him to use.
So he's just loading up his killing utensil.
Yeah. He left it at home, but Dollar Shave Club is such a great deal on sharp razors that it would be a steal for him to get it off of them.
I like it. I mean, it's marketable. Yeah, I mean, you're also showing other uses for the razors,
Yeah. I mean, the environment's so big right now. I think we got to really start promoting solar panels. So there's no better spokesman than the sun.
Sure.
I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you start off, it's a glowing light. You're like, oh, so much clean energy. And then all of a sudden, here's David Berkowitz popping out, killing people, and then be like, think of the environment.
Now, I wonder if you could use like serial killers' likenesses in commercials and whatnot. Like, I wonder if that's like public domain where I could just be like, okay, I want to, like, is OJ going to be a spokesperson soon for something? Is the Ed Gein going to be something? Is John Wayne Gacy the killer clown? Like, can we use them now? Like, are they public domain? I
mean, that's an interesting question, because it battles down to what family member is going to go to court saying, don't besmirch the name of my uncle, John Wayne Gacy, who's now selling burgers for McDonald's because he's cheaper than Ronald McDonald, the CGI John Wayne Gacy. Like, don't go to the part what he does with Grimace handcuffing him into a bathtub, but, we can still talk about the dollar value meal.
I mean, you might be a sponsor one day for something.
Well, I'm a great guy, and I'm well spoken, as we've found out throughout the years. So, of course, I am.
Can you say the cinnamon word again?
Synopsis or cinnamon-sis?
Synonymous. Cinnamon-anonymous.
Yeah. That'll be named the episode.
Probably.
But yeah, I mean, in conclusion, I guess since murderers are sexy, now they're selling cereal right now, and we have to depict it that way.
What do you think it is that many women are turned on by serial killers, or they seem more intrigued than men do? Listen, I love a good documentary or a show here and there, but it kind of stops there. It kind of stops there. I don't really go much further and get like obsessive about them. Like, we had the Throwdini on, who he was a knife thrower, but also like owns the biggest serial killer collection, and fascinating. He talked about all these letters people write, and your pen pal in jail, and people are obsessed with them and what is it?
Well, I mean, it's interesting because if you think about it, as you said, how we sexified Ed Gein and Jeffrey Dahmer, like you don't hear about like the woman who like murders 9 people and guys go, damn, if
Yeah.
She is
Like-
nice. And
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney doesn't play a murderer in
and the only thing, it's one of two things. One, the power thing about it. They're so manly that they literally will just end a life. Or two, I can change them. The women love to be that.
That's true.
I know he's heartless and there's like 20 bodies buried in the back, but I can change him. I can get him where he's going to give me flowers and give me foot rubs at night instead of going out and killing prostitutes.
You think that's what your wife is doing with you, just slowly changing you to a nice guy?
What are you talking about? I don't understand the parallel in what you're informing in the audience here tonight, Scott.
No, but yeah, you make a good point about the I can change him thing, right? Because every dorky guy or non-popular guy knows their time in high school and just always like, how is that really attractive, fun girl with this douchebag, and the douchebag's always one. Maybe like a serial killer is almost like the next step of that. Like they're higher than just like the douchebag jock. They're even more complicated.
It's the top of Mount Everest. Like can you imagine the bragging of the female that would come out and say, that guy killed 18 people, but now he's an accountant for IBM because of me?
Yeah, he or just holding the "he didn't kill me" card. Like I am. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Watch this. I'm gonna nag him, and he's not gonna kill me.
Yeah. That's exactly what I think. We just uncovered what it is. If I can control him, and he doesn't kill me, he actually loves me that much. That's how powerful I am. Then
the turnaround is like when one of her girlfriends says something that she doesn't appreciate at brunch. Harold.
Exactly.
Her.
You can get them to kill for you.
My God.
I think
we make just another $1 million movie idea?
No, either that or we just like, I don't know.
BS for 20 minutes and nobody's listening. But.
Talk crap about women, but but yeah, I think we just did uncover the psyche of women.
Another job complete. I won again, Scott. Undefeated with women now. Look at this. Unstoppable.
You're undefeated with women.
Exactly.
Wow.
I figured them out. Wow. They lost. They have to accept this defeat. Then, maybe we'll go eye to eye next week. You never know.
That's my co-host over there, Mike Burlew, undefeated with women.
All right, segue to the guest. Figure a way out of that.
No, I actually think our guest would appreciate our dark humor here tonight. And a lot of body fluid talk. This guy, we actually just released a single this Christmas season called "The Fart That Ruined Christmas."
Do you think he can make a song about my soap?
I think out of most of our guests, he might be a guy we can approach and ask. So coming on the show tonight, you may know him as a frequent guest on Howard Stern. He had his own show, the Red Peters Comedy Music Hour on SiriusXM for a while. He's had a bunch of albums, Christmas albums, all comedy themed songs. He's also really actually very involved in music and making music. So he's both a musician and a comedian. So coming on the show, Doug Stevens, but better known by his stage name, Red Peters, coming on the line. Red, how are you?
Good, brother. How are you?
Good, man. How's it going? That's Mike. I'm Scott. Thanks for giving us a few minutes of your time here.
Hey, no biggie.
Awesome.
Look forward to it.
Yeah, man. I guess my first question for you is like, you have all these years in comedy and radio and whatnot. I'm curious what your thoughts are when you come on something like our show, like people we're able to do it independently because of technology and whatnot. Musicians are able to kind of record on their laptops and things. How do you see that after being in the industry for so long? Like, do you view it as a positive thing, or are you like a little bit like, like those bastards, like they don't know what we went through to get to the certain point?
Well, I think I've seen every bit of technology, from 45s to present. And I like all the technology. I like that we're able to talk like this, face to face. So doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I'm glad vinyl is made a comeback somewhat,
That's bigger than ever.
A lot of fun. Yeah. I mean, to be able to look at the artwork on the albums and all the notes and everything else, it's way better than CDs,
Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, when you were growing up, were your parents the type that supported your comedy, or were they one of those that slap you on the wrist and go, and no, hush, we're in church?
No, my mother and father were very supportive of me. I was sort of like a wise ass, sneaky type person growing up. I went to Pinocchio school for 3 years, I think seventh, eighth, and ninth grade, with the nuns and the whole bit. And so I managed to somehow stay out of trouble during that period. Had a couple of close calls with the nuns. But I got out of there, and then shortly thereafter discovered girls, and then it was all downhill. I mean, uphill from there.
Now, when you were younger, did you consider yourself a musician first, and then the comedy came after, or were you always kind of being silly with the music?
I mean, we started out. I mean, I've written a lot of, straight songs. I'll call them straight songs. Starting out that way, I had a band called GNP, Gross National Productions, and we always did skits. It was sort of like we were before the Tubes, and we were always fucking around on stage and, had costumes and, yucked it up every night. And, it finally led. Well, that band broke up, but I kept going. I wrote a musical with a buddy of mine. We performed that. We got really hideous reviews. People were saying that, if there's anyone that could not be insulted by this production, in other words, we insulted everybody, I guess. So my main business was a music production company called Hanson Brothers, and we worked for Converse, Fidelity, Boston Globe, all the big computer companies. We wrote music for their live events and stuff. So that's where Red Peters came from. Would be, with a straight client and, acting right and everything else. But as soon as they'd leave, it would go, yeah, okay, you too. Yeah, thanks. And then would start acting up, and put in other lyrics to their songs, and just it was ridiculous. Had a lot of fun.
Would you consider what you did with GNP towards what you did in '84 when you put out "Blow Me"? I barely knew her. Would you consider that like equal? Do you say, okay, this is my serious versus my comedy, or is there anything different from when you put that out?
Well, nothing has changed inside my brain. But we were working on some big project for some corporation, and I had the idea of "Blow me, you hardly even know me." That was just the phrase that I had in my head. So I brought it to my producer and co-writer, Eddie Grenga, and it was like we wrote it in 5 minutes. Blow me, right? And we did a scratch track too, like a rough recording of the song, and we took it to like an industry function that night, and then it was on cassette, and we slapped it in and played it. Everyone went fucking mental over it. So, and that was it. So we had "Blow Me." And a few years later, I wrote "How's Your Whole Family," and then all the other tunes fell into place from there, and right up to the present. So still going strong.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to skip right to like the comedy stuff that we're talking to you about, but like, your band was no small. Like, you opened for for Muddy Waters and Frank Zappa and Sha Na and Badfinger. Like these are no these are no
I know.
feats.
Yeah.
Like it's really easy for me to be like, let's talk about the fart that ruined Christmas, which we'll get to in a few minutes. But
no biggie.
That is that's quite some company. I'm just curious, like, did any of those acts like stand out to you the most, like just blew you away as far as like either their preparation or their live show or just even like the best guys to be around? Was there one that stood out?
One stood out, but not because I got to know him at all, but we were, in the early 70s, we had like high heel shoes and skinny little outfits and everything, and so we're playing the Gaslight in New York City, really famous club, and I was I was kind of out of it, not really paying attention, but I remember John McLaughlin in the Mahavishnu Orchestra. We played with him, and his stuff blew my mind, his music. And even those guys, I think Billy Cobham was on drums. Everyone in the group was an all-star. And just the way he dressed, he had like he had shorts on, white socks and loafers, and they were jamming away in the afternoon, to get to warm up for the show. That one sticks out.
That's what I was hoping you were going to be wearing during the interview tonight.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've been working on this outfit like for the last couple of hours. No, I'm only kidding. But, yeah.
When you put out like your first comedy solo right there, what shows you have traction where you want to keep doing it? Because we're talking about the age, right. We don't have the internet. Radio is still over the airways, and they got all the laws about what you can say and do, whatever. Where was your first, I'm seeing traction, I want to keep doing this, this might be something?
Well, right from the beginning when we wrote Blow Me and recorded it, the comedy was always a part of the music.
Okay.
I had to, of course, have a serious side where, I was needed to make money and, had upkeep on a couple of studios at the time. But, the straight work that we did gave birth to Red Peters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we were in the studio all the time working with these great musicians. Everyone's a wise ass and everyone's laughing and goofing and this sort of thing. But it's just always been part of it. I'm not sure I answered your question.
Yeah.
Was there anything like before, like Howard picked it up or anything, or did you just...
Okay, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
One day, I dropped my daughter off at daycare, and I was going by, I lived in a town that was near the bay, in Boston. So I was driving down this road with the water to my right, and I had Stern on, and he was singing "How's Your Whole Family?" I'm going, what the fuck? So, and he's ranting and raving like he thought it was some guy from Minnesota or something that was he was jealous of at that time. He was still on terrestrial radio. So I called my manager and I said, "Hey, Stern's singing 'How's Your Whole Family?'" So he immediately hooked me up. He got me. So like the next morning, I was doing a phoner with Howard, and I guided him through the song. I can't believe the first time I was on the air for like 20 minutes with him, and complete stranger to him, and so I had him going down. He was playing the different songs, played a little bit of Blow Me. No, he couldn't play Blow Me because he was still on terrestrial. But he got to Dog Named Stains, and he actually hung in there because the first punchline in A Dog Named Stains is like a minute and a half into the song. So, you have to like learn the story and the whole bit to get the idea when, when, what the song is all about. So he loved that song. So then maybe a month or two later, I was on his, he had a show on CBS at 11:30 on Saturday nights, and it only went like for, a couple of few months. But I was on that show. He played my live singing of Ballad of a Dog Named Staines, and he put it on that show. And so, it was a very cool thing. He gave me a boost, definitely. And at one point he said, if anyone has any ideas for shows, please submit them now. So my fellow studio guys said, oh, you should submit an idea. So I submitted an idea, the Red Peters Comedy Music Hour, and he took it. Like 3 days later, he says, okay, you have your own show. The only problem is that I've never done radio before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than like talking to guys like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn very quick. Starting at the very top was a lot of pressure. And that lasted like for 3 or 4 months, the high pressure, but I finally got it down. And I was on for 8 years with that show.
Yeah, like so was working with Howard or with Howard's station. Is it you kind of touched on it, but is it as pressure packed and as stressful as we kind of hear some of the stories come out of people who've been on the show? Some say it's the best time of their life. Others are like, they can't believe what working with Howard is like. It's a mixed bag. I'm just curious what your experience was like during those 8 years.
Yeah. So once he approved my show, and then I was on my own from that point on. But being a professional, producer and music producer and audio producer, I wanted to make sure that what I did each week would make him look good. You know what I mean? That was my whole idea. There was no way I was going to, fail or be the subject of his wrath. You know what I mean? He can bust balls like no one. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I managed to stay on his good side, so it worked out.
Weird Al Yankovic, he said recently he's given up on all like parody and comedy music because with everything the way it is with Spotify, there's no way to really make any revenue towards it. Are you finding the same thing? I know you still put out songs, but is it more for fun, or do you still like, okay, I can still gain from this?
Yeah, I've never made a shitload of money from Red Peters, So no matter money, if money isn't what has driven me all these years, it's just to produce. Like, to me, I went to art school. So to me, like what I do, not to blow it up your ass or anything, but
please do.
It's blow it right in his ass, please. Yeah.
Okay. Get up in front of the camera. I'll do my best. But what were we just talking about?
Making money.
Making money.
Oh yeah, making money. So I've never thought about it was, that wasn't my drive to make money. It was always to put out really good songs, produce them to the max, and see where they lay. I thought maybe, I could go a little bit further than where I went, but, still I did pretty good.
Yeah, well, you kind of segued to a question I wanted to ask you, because like if people, like if they're listening right now and they don't know who you are, and they hear like a dog named Staines and all, they're probably like, yeah. But the production on these things, that you got orchestras in there. Like, I'm curious how, like, people are probably like, oh, it's just some silly song. These are like big time production. Some of these songs.
Yeah.
How did you go about like getting that together? Like, okay, guys, I need a serious orchestra, but here's the name of the song. Like, it's about blowing me.
That when we finally recorded that, it came out in 1984. We were recording for some client,
Yep.
in this big studio, and they left, and we had like a few horn players there. So we each session on the client's dime, we would, if we had like three women background singers or whatever, would say, "Hey, can you put and everyone was in on the joke. So. But each song, like even Two Gay Irishmen, we I think even the internet was young. It was that came out in 2000, maybe 1999. Anyway, we went to like bookstores and researched all Irish names. And the story came together like a song like Dog Named Stains, The Two Gay Irishmen, You Ain't Getting Shit for Christmas, and the new song is take months to write and record.
Yep.
So we have to have a good story, and we're aiming it towards like a specific genre. There's obviously Blow Me is big band. How's Your Whole Family is like old country. Rocket in My Pants, just sort of a crooner type tune, and Holy Shit, It's Christmas, we were just going for like the Chipmunks type song, and so, we took each song one at a time and, built them right. A lot of times when you're working on a song, someone says something or someone comes up with an idea and you plug it in and then it changes the whole thing. It becomes, all of a sudden it's not that it's out of your control, but it's going someplace, but it's going to a cool place, so, that's how we would feed off each other and then bring in the musicians, whatever it was, like, I think, If You Think About Me Long and Hard, off Old Blue Balls is back. We brought in a steel guitar player, and a fiddle, even on like How's Your Whole Family, we had, as a matter of fact, Tracy Bonham plays fiddle on How's Your Whole Family, and she played fiddle on Ballad of a Dog Named Stains too, and she sang on most of the songs on I Laughed, I Cried, I Fudged My Undies. So we have had great musicians contributing.
Yeah, we had Tracy Bonham on the show. Probably
January,
the first episode of the year, I believe it was.
Oh, no,
the second year we had Tracy on. She was awesome.
Yeah, she's great. We were recording with her before she hit. As a matter of fact, like as I was becoming more popular, more well known, she was also, but she hit really. She inched, and then bam,
Mother.
She was like nominated for New Act or whatever it is, Grammy. So it's pretty cool.
As you've done a lot of work with different companies, Fortune 500 organizations, I'm kind of curious, did you ever have to like relay out to people, you'll be talking to Doug Stevens today, not Red Peters, and like really associate, no, Some Saints ain't coming. It's me, Doug.
I stepped in it a couple of times with clients, that, like we were really, really excited about something, and then, some straight person walks in, and then we're talking about it, and, maybe get in a little trouble, they raise their eyebrows or whatever, and then we realize, oh, no, don't talk about that, But I would say, it's pretty much my whole life I've been Red Peters and Doug Stevens, but probably more Red than Doug Stevens. But I mean, we're the same person. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, Red Peters, what the material that Red Peters comes out with comes out of my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and at the same time, if we're doing a job for IBM or something like that, I can play with those guys too, you know what I mean, and make money, which was the whole idea of it.
Well, they always say if you play a character long enough, it starts to the lines are just blurred, like a Dice Clay. Like he just became Dice Clay after 10 years. He just the old Andrew is gone. Like he really became that guy.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Like you've now been doing comedy or putting out comedic material in what I consider 3 comedy booms. You had what I call kind of like the late night set boom, the sitcom boom, and then now like the internet, arena boom in some ways. I'm like, was it hard to like? Have you seen just like peaks and valleys through all that time, following any of that pattern, or has your stuff always just kind of been on its own?
Red Peters, I think, has been on its own, but I came up with the idea and came up with an idea called the Comedy Cruise in Boston Harbor, and we had everyone on from the 80s, So, and then also I would. There was a couple of clubs on Martha's Vineyard, the Hut Tin Roof, Carly Simon's place, and then another place in Oak Bluffs. So I'd have to make sure that the comedians got on the right boat, the last boat that they could get on for the show, right?
Yep.
So, oh my God, these guys. I mean, I hate to say it, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but most comedians are fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they you have to, well, I had to treat them like children sometimes, but I was bad too. I was, like once we got to the club or whatever, I was
that literally was my next question. Like, I've been doing comedy 12 years now, and like now it's like everybody's like sober and doing edibles. Like no one wants to drink anymore. But I'm like, but like I'm during the 80s and stuff like that. I like, how did you even like? Did you get caught up in all of it, or how'd you survive that? It's like every story is this guy raged till this late and drank this many things before he went on, and
I was a pretty good drinker for over the years. The 80s were probably the toughest because of blow, but I mean, I've always been I've been smoking cannabis or using cannabis since I was 19. So that was 1969, and I still use it today. I either smoke it, vape it, gummies, drinks, whatever. I consume it on I've tried every version, But I mean, I got caught up in the blow scene for a few years, and drinking heavily. I mean, it was a great time. We were above the law. I had a loft in downtown Boston, and you know, I hung out with a bunch of derelicts, and we had a fucking greatest time, you know. And,
I'm telling you now, you sit in the green room. I'm sitting with comics. I'm the only one with like a beer. I'm like, you want to have it? And it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Great people, but I'm the only one that wants to have a drink after. It's
yeah. No, it's like the young comedians I've found are like kind of nerdy.
Yep.
And they're fucked up for a whole other different reason, you know, like you know, I mean, they're just I don't know, they're not like macho or anything like
They're
that.
They're not lunatics either.
Yeah.
They're more buttoned up.
Yeah. It's,
They don't have the stories behind their comedy. It's just like, oh, I went to the store today. Oh, I'm just freaked out.
Well, now all of them suddenly have autism, which is driving me crazy. It's like, oh yeah, like that's the newest thing. It's like I'm on the spectrum. Are you, or are you just like weird like everybody else? Like
no shit. No, I agree. No, it's fucking. It's a tough time right now, you know, where people don't know where they're coming or going, you know, and I think the younger people, and I've seen younger comedians and everything, but I can't take it. You know, I like to have a good time, and you know, it's even Raw Dog on Sirius.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I'll tune in every once in a while, and then sometimes it's like I don't think it's funny. You know,
I think a lot of the being silly, like the core of comedy, just being silly, is gone. Now it's like some of these things are so heady and serious. Like I'm like, you can also be silly and just like have fun. That's why I love like VFW crowds. It's still like my favorite gig. It's just bedlam. It's fun. It's silly. Nothing's off limits. That's my favorite.
And they give you a break, and they can't wait for you to make them laugh. You know. So I agree. It's always a good crowd, the bar crowd.
Now, speaking this time of year, as we're getting near Christmas, you've put out quite a few Christmas songs. Out of curiosity, is there a love for it? Do you ever get anxious where it's like, oh, the holiday's coming up, I better put out a new one and all the things?
No, not at all.
Yep.
I have a bunch of other songs I haven't recorded yet, but my producer is also a composer for movies, and people go to him to score their Christmas movies, right? Now that's more recent. Like Holy Shit, It's Christmas was just an idea we had, and we wanted to have fun doing it with the hamsters and the whole bit. You ain't getting shit for you ain't getting shit for Christmas. We came up with this angle where the mother and father, the elderly, and they want to give each of their kids $10,000 for Christmas. Tax-free gifts of $10,000, right? So, I did the big build-up with them being so excited about Christmas and decorating the house and buying gifts since August. And then both the son and daughter bang in. They say, "Oh, I can't make it. I'm going to Hilton Head. I just got, my boss gave me his condo." They leave them high and dry. So therefore, well, you ain't getting shit for Christmas. Have a Wonderful Hawaiian Christmas was Eddie's idea, and it's just gobbledygook talking. You know what I mean? It's just goofy. I've had my life threatened a few times by Native Hawaiians, who were pissed off. They go, "We don't take to gingers in this."
Damn it. I'm not welcome either, man.
Yeah, no shit. I noticed.
I can go to Honolulu, not you two. Yes.
Please do.
Yeah. And then I got a call once. Oh no, an email from Margaret Cho one time, and out of the blue, I didn't know her, and she said, "Oh, I really like your show on Sirius and blah blah blah." And I had just released "When I Jerk Off, I Think of You," which to me, that's one of my favorite songs because, um,
That
you
wasn't
know,
about Margaret Cho originally?
no, no, no. This is, I wrote it before her, and it was released before she called me. So, so I go, "You want to sing a duet?" And she said, "Yeah." So I was trying to think of different songs and original songs maybe I could have, but I remembered this guy that I played on my show on Sirius, Dick Shreve, and he was Andy Williams' piano player, right? But he was a wise ass. So wherever they traveled around the world, he was, pulling his dick out and getting shit faced and, definitely carousing. But he wrote a song called "The Christmas Gift," and subtitled "Just Another Christmas Blowjob." So she liked the idea, liked the song, so we did a duet of that one. Trying to think what other Christmas songs.
Well, let's segue to the
Yeah.
what we're here for, in a way. First off, Red, I want to thank you for giving us some time on the show. It's great to talk to you. It's like I remember hearing your songs all growing up, and like even when hearing them and not trying to hide it from my parents, like like oh my god, like that, you love it it's the greatest thing ever. So but like your name came across one of our emails, and I see the fart that ruined Christmas. Right. Red Peters, and like he's still doing it. He's still got it. Tell us about the fart that ruined Christmas and this new release.
Okay, so maybe a year and a half, close to 2 years ago, I thought of the title, "The Fart That Ruined Christmas," right? And I go, I got to do something. I got to write something. So I didn't have it ready for last year. So in the beginning of this year, I said, no, I'm definitely going to write this song, "The Fart That Ruined Christmas." So first thing I had to do was get the farts. You know what I mean? So I had like a recorder on me for like 6 months. I carried a recorder around with me, and I must have recorded. As a matter of fact, over here, there's like, I don't know if you can see this.
I can see all the sound waves.
Yeah, right. So I just gathered them over like several months, and because then I was figuring, well, at least I have them.
Now, were those Doug Stevens or Red Peters' fault?
This is Red Peters. Yeah. Well, Doug Stevens talking to Red Peters. Well, the other way around. One on each shoulder.
Maverick every once in a while.
I go back there too. Oh my God. So I recorded quite a few, even to the point where my significant other, she was, we lived together, and I'd rip one in the kitchen or whatever, and I of course had my recorder. She'd go, I heard that. I go, I'm working. I'm recording like this, right?
That's brilliant. Now, I need that for my. I'm not. Now I'm gonna say I'm working on a song.
yeah. Well, you got to have the right song.
Run a podcast.
So I was using, that as an excuse. But anyway, so I had them, and I had the title, and then I sat down to write the song. So, I knew that a fart was going to ruin Christmas, obviously, right? So I had that. So I have to figure out, well, why did that brutal fart happen? So, I came up with a story where Red and his wife hosting Christmas. So, and they had the son and daughter with all their families going to be coming to the house and spending the night and spending Christmas Day, right? So, and it was a big feast. So I had to combine the two. Well, the son, I mean the grandson, he was meeting the grandson for the first time, right? He was all excited about meeting him, but as you know, the little baby kept crying anytime he came near him, So he decided he was going to eat more. When he gets nervous, he eats more. So he's eating everything, chili, steak, everything. And then in the morning, uh, he has a cheese omelet with broccoli, sausage, green peppers, and onions. And so, but I hope, well, now obviously people, when they see the title, now they're going to see the progression that he's bummed out and he's eating like crazy, So with the formula, the recipe of the song is coming together to get to the punchline, right? So anyway, I also wanted to make it like a theater of the mind type song, where you could listen to it and you could picture it like a mini movie in your head. So, in all the sound effects are real from people in my family. The farts are real, of course.
I gotta interrupt you. There's nothing better than a Boston guy saying the word "fought." I love it so much. It gets me every time. No R, just fought.
Yeah, no, there's no. I'm in and out on the accent, but no, mine is thick as a bastard. My accent, in the area where I grew up, everyone, there must have been a lot of Irish people there or whatever, So, but what can I do? I can't shake it. I'm too old to shake it now.
It's farts, man.
Yeah, it's farts. Farts.
Yeah. But I just want to say, anybody who questions anything, this is a true artist of comedy. We just listened to a whole 5-minute dissertation about a song about farts. Everybody's, you just made a stupid fart joke. No, you like, I got the place. I know why. This is when it happens. These are all the people involved. This happened, so therefore that
the sound
happened.
effects, the theater of the mind.
Yeah. The one of my favorite lines was that's disgusting. Let's get out of here. When the woman who was playing my daughter in the song, and then of course they stampede out of the room. But and my mother, who passed away like 15 years ago, I recorded her a lot towards the end. I'd have conversations with her, and sometimes I'd rip one when I was talking to her, right? So she said, is that necessary? Douglas.
I thought for a second you were going to say you had your mom fart on recording.
No. I was on fire, so it was in there. And then how she would react.
Amazing.
Towards the very end, she'd go, when I'd fart, when I'd visit, she goes, Douglas, you're a fucking asshole. So I took a little, snatch, pardon the expression, audio snatch that I plugged in of her in the song, like at 2 minutes and 22 seconds, you'll hear someone go something like, what does she say? Now that's not very nice.
No, that's
and
awesome.
She says Douglas, but I cut the Douglas off. Now that's not very nice. So everyone contributed,
That's tremendous. Red, thank you so much for your time, man. If people want to go check this album out, or go check out the single, or go check out what you're doing or what you're up to, where is the best place for them to go?
The best place is redpeters.com. But the song isn't out right now.
Mm-hmm.
I did put a lyric video on my Facebook page, Red Peters, and I think on YouTube as well. There's you can hear the whole song, and it's got the lyrics, printed out. So, if you can't follow the story, which I don't know, Anyway, the
Yeah.
words too.
Final question for me.
Yes, sir.
Well, what's more mortifying, Miss America thinking you left a floating turd in the toilet, or the Secret Service needing to investigate a fart of yours in front of Obama?
Well, the thing with Obama happened really quickly. So, I mean, it was embarrassing, but it was only me and them in the bookstore. And then I was escorted out by the Secret Service. But the funniest thing about that is the two daughters had their fingers on their nose. Like, I look up and there they are. And it's like, oh. But the thing with Miss America, I was on a shoot. They were shooting her playing the piano, right, and singing some song. I think a Barry Manilow song or something. And she's singing it, and we took a break, and so everyone's lined up. There's just one bathroom, so we edged closer and closer. And I was talking to her. She was behind me, so I was going to go before her, right? So that's when I went in, and there was okay, yeah, too, and I shut the door, and I looked down, and I go, oh fuck, and the toilet was running, so I knew, unless I had a plunger or something, what am I going to be in there? You know what I mean? So I'm going, oh no, she's going to think I did it. Oh fuck. And it was like this, one of the crew, the film crew, a woman, was before me, so I can only assume it was her unless she was in the same predicament as me. But it was real. I was getting along very, very well with Miss America, and I thought maybe she'd invite me to the concert she was going that night and everything. And then after that, she didn't say one word to me. I guess shit out of luck on that one.
If there was a president in all of U.S. history that you would want to fart, like on purpose, who would you choose?
You know who.
Somebody very, very recent, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Who knows when these people
Let me just say, yeah. Yeah,
I was hoping you were going to be like Grover Cleveland, that asshole.
Yeah. No. I mean, I went to school with him, but I wouldn't do that.
Field is strapped, Taft.
Yeah.
When Nixon was president, it was during the hippie days, and me and all my friends were hippies, and we went to many protests and that sort of thing, fighting the cops and everything else. It was quite the time. But and we were yelling, like his wife came to town, like to Boston University or something, and there was like thousands of us, and we're all yelling, "Fuck yeah!" like this, It was fun.
I mean, it would have been interesting if you made this song in the 70s and you had to record your farts with like big, recording devices and whatnot.
Yeah.
Stereo cabinets involved.
Yeah. Well, that's what's good about the, digital technology.
We've come full circle.
Stereo, yeah. So, I mean, stereo, beautiful recorders, I have a bunch of them, and they've all come in very handy one way or another, So,
Red, thank you so much for your time. Really enjoyed the interview, and good luck with the song. And
thank you very much.
We're here when you got the next thing coming up. So
okay, cool. Well, thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Red Peters, Mike. Red Peters. Have you ever had a fart that ruined? Since we're just going down into terrible material tonight.
Great way to introduce ourselves to a new audience.
Have you ever had a fart that ruined something?
I think I brought this up on the podcast before, but
okay.
I was in gym and we were playing volleyball, and I jumped up to spike a ball.
A good fart story is coming when I was in gym and I was playing volleyball is the beginning. This is great.
It was a good game. okay, ball's coming. I'm jumping up to do it. Just one kind of let out, and it literally what was coming out all the way up to the jump, so it
right,
synchronized perfectly. And like the whole class heard it, and they were laughing their ear end off. And the reason why I remembered so much is so I go to my next class, which was a science class, and I had I had a buddy who was in the science class, and he's like sitting on the other side of the room, and I could tell he's telling the story because like he's doing a hand motion going up and made a fart sound, and he kind of looked at me. He's like smirking, and the reason why I remember that story is he's like a DJ who DJs pre and post parties for SNL, and I kind of brought up a previous story with the Vapor Room where we used to do comedy where nobody showed up, where I set him up for a Halloween DJ gig, and I'm like, oh hey, I hope the gig went well, and he's like, well, to be honest, I showed up, I set up, they said to go there, they changed their mind, it took an hour to put it back inside, and nobody showed up, so I kind of wish I was still with my family. So
I wish he brought that fart up all those years later too.
Well, he mixes it into all the songs.
I once had a fart ruin a possible lovemaking session.
Really?
Oh yeah. I remember just removing my clothes and things were about to go down, and one escaped the hatch, and my wife was like, oh my God, that is awful. That is just terrible. And like, she's like, I'm just not in the mood anymore.
Yeah.
And there I am, like, no clothes on, just a stinky room and left for dead.
Like in your headspace, you're like, this is perfect. It's going to feel great. I'm gonna make my wife happy. And then you just gotta stand there, and she's
odds are not doing that, but yeah, I'd be happy. Yeah.
You're just standing there like, well, now what?
Yeah, pretty much. Call with your pants down is the expression here.
Yeah, she's there like, I couldn't control that. Nope, you're done.
Well, now that we've done pretty much blue humor the entire episode here, we have a little thing we have to settle here. We do now. If you guys are just tuning in, some of our big episodes or episodes that are different from the normal thing we do are our holiday episodes, specifically Halloween and Christmas. And this year, Mike did a Thanksgiving game that went really well, and so it was a lot of big episodes in a very short period of time. And we talked and we said, it's basically, Mike, do you want to do another Thanksgiving game? Like, do you want to make that a thing? Or are we going to change it up? Would you be down to pick a random holiday and you have to make that game out of it? So no matter what happens, this is what Mike has to do.
Yes. And as I explained, I'm so undefeated. I said, there's no possibility I can lose at this upcoming game, so let it ride.
Yeah. Now I will show you, Mike, what I have come up with here. I have a wheel, okay, and you'll notice the wheel has some holidays on it. Okay, everything from Easter to St. Patrick's Day, really big doable holiday ones, to things like Arbor Day, to things like Juneteenth. Things like Martin Luther King Day, which is, I believe, a week from now.
That would be kind of a tight window if fate does that. But I'm undefeated, so I have no fears that this will linger in any way that holiday.
All right, well, let's give this a try. Mike, I put together a wheel here, okay, of random holidays, okay? Let me run through the possible games you might make this year. The MLK, Verbal Shenanigans Holiday Special, President's Day, okay, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Mike, Juneteenth.
Yep.
July 4th, that's right in the summer. That might be a good one for you. Valentine's Day, maybe a love episode, Mike.
Yeah, that's my wife's birthday. That'd be tight.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. Arbor Day, the Verbal Shenanigans Arbor Day special. How does it sound?
One can only hope. Yes.
Columbus Day special. Veterans Day. I know that's a big party day for you. Veterans Day Eve, Easter, Father's Day, Mother's Day, the Verbal Shenanigans Hanukkah special, which would be like a week before the Christmas episode.
We should play both games simultaneously.
Earth Day, Labor Day. Those are the holidays I picked out for you, Mike. There might be a couple I missed, but I feel like those are the big ones celebrated throughout the year. You know, Arbor Day is really celebrated. Now, Mike, I'm going to spin this, okay? But what is going to happen is that's not going to be the day that, oh my God, I should have left that. Oh my God. No. I just spun the wheel by accident in Juneteenth.
That is not the summer holiday I was rooting for. I got not that I would celebrate Juneteenth. I'll throw that out there.
That is almost perfection. I should just leave it and say you're making the Juneteenth Christmas special, holiday special. But Mike, we're going to eliminate a holiday at a time so the tension builds a little bit.
Okay.
And then what's left is what you are going to be making.
Gotcha.
Do you have a horse in the race that you're rooting for?
I mean, Labor Day would probably be a great one. It's in September, plenty of time to think it out. I think there's avenues there, like work-related things and so forth. So maybe that would be my lean at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, so let's spin this wheel here. Okay, the first one off the board, Mike, that we will not be doing. There will be no Verbal Shenanigans Mother's Day special, Mike. No
sorry,
Mother's Day. I know you are upset. Here we go. Let's get another couple off the board before we chat a little bit here. The next one off the board, Mike, we will not be doing a game for. Almost landed on Hanukkah. But there will be no Verbal Shenanigans Earth Day special this year. No Earth Day. Here we go. Let's get rid of another one. The wheel is spinning for those. This is one I was actually hoping for a little bit. The Easter special will not be happening this year, Mike. How do you feel about the three that were eliminated so far?
I'm not some big ones I kind of want to get hit are still there, but we're still good.
Are you nervous that Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Day are still on the board? As a 50-year-old white man.
Yeah. The whole, hey, if you're listening for the first time, you got to understand what's going on here kind of thing. So,
all right, let's eliminate three more. Mike, the wheel is spinning once again. Damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, as much as I wanted it, the Juneteenth Verbal Shenanigans Juneteenth special is not happening this year.
It just means I don't do it, Scott. That doesn't mean you don't have to.
And this could also be something we do every 1st of January now. What special is going to come out? Here we go. Juneteenth off the board. Sigh of relief from Mike. The Memorial Day special will not be happening this year. Let's eliminate one more and get your thoughts, Mike.
Okay,
the wheel is going. The wheel is spinning. The Columbus Day special not happening. I'm sure Dom is upset about that.
He's throwing his red innards onto the floor in anger right now.
So just a recap for the audience who are not watching this. On the board still, Martin Luther King, President's Day, July 4th, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Arbor Day, Veterans Day, Father's Day, Hanukkah, and Labor Day. I am rooting for two of those, Mike. Can you guess which two I am rooting for?
I'm going to, MLK, there's a no doubter right there. Maybe Hanukkah?
No, because I know that's going to be insane. I'm rooting for Arbor Day, Mike. Okay. Seeing you come up with an Arbor Day special brings me some joy in my heart. So here we go.
First thing I'll do is Google Arbor Day date.
Or what the hell is Arbor Day? President's Day. Giving you some time, Mike. President's Day off the board for February. Yep. You are clear.
We kind of had a President's Day episode, technically.
We did. Here we go. Getting rid of Oh, Mike, the holidays just opened up a little bit. Hanukkah off the board. So you will not have the Halloween, Hanukkah, Christmas episode. And
I would still do Thanksgiving. I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to put Thanksgiving on here. I was going to put Thanksgiving on here, and possibly you would have to do it again. But let's go with something different. Here we go. Mike, you will not be doing... Oh, man, big one off the board. St. Patrick's Day. Plenty of stuff you could have done with that one, Mike.
Easily.
Well, my two picks are still on that board, Mike, as only 7 remain. Arbor Day and MLK. Also, we have Labor Day, Father's Day, Veterans Day, July 4th on the board. Here we go.
All right.
You're starting to sweat a little bit, Mike. I've noticed.
Yeah, this is a deal or no deal where it's like, man, I should really cash out right now.
I've noticed your demeanor change a little bit as the wheel is narrowing.
Yeah, there's still a couple there I really don't want to do right now, but
why won't my wheel spin?
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, Arbor Day off the board. I'm a little upset, Mike. The Arbor Day special not happening. Okay. Here we go.
Dare to dream one day.
I feel like you are okay if
that's 1 and 1 off the board. Thank you.
All right. Guys, Valentine's Day off the board. Looming over Mike is now 5. July 4th, Veterans Day, Father's Day, Labor Day, and the MLK special. Oh my God. Here we go.
What's that, in like 2 weeks?
It's soon.
Not Labor Day. No.
Mike, Labor Day off the board, bringing us to the final 4. MLK, July 4th, Father's Day, and Veterans Day. Oh, my God. The tension is building. Here we go, Mike. The wheel is spinning. Oh, my God. Veterans Day off the board.
Oh, man. So my numbers are good. And there's 2 out of 3. I'd really like
Martin Luther King, July 4th, and Father's Day, Mike. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wheels going around.
It's going too fast.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. No.
In pure poetry. Father's Day versus Martin Luther King Day, Mike. How are you feeling?
I'm good. That's like a week from now, ain't it?
Mike, we are down to Martin Luther King Day and Father's Day.
Yeah, that one is kind of hanging there. The one I'm like, I guess I touched fate a little bit tonight, and you might be trying to tell me something here.
Yeah, I mean, you are undefeated. I don't know why anybody would find a 50-year-old white man making a game out of Martin Luther King Day strange, but it might happen.
Don't worry, I'm 49, so yeah. it's cool. I got 1 more year of it being cool.
I am praying to the gods that this happens.
No whammies.
I am. This is meant to be. It is what needs to happen on the show here, just to watch the world burn. So here we go. Final spin, Mike.
All right.
Damn it.
Undefeated again.
Damn it. Mike, it looks like this year you will not be creating Martin Luther King Day trivia or game, but you will be doing the first ever Verbal Shenanigans Father's Day episode. I think there's a lot of meat on the bone there to play with. So
I kind of got some ideas. I will not deny that as just popped up.
Yeah, I think you're in a good position. I think out of all the picks, out of all the ping pong balls in the hopper, I think you drew a good one to create something from.
Yeah, my only concern is, as you know, my history with forgetting to, I would obtain the Father's Day card, but I would always forget to mail said Father's Day card. That's my only fear. Like, you're like, all right, Burley, next week. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Well, Martin Luther King Day goes back in the hopper for next year. Father's Day is out because now we are doing the Father's Day special.
Well, I will preface, I did do an MLK game once. If you want to go back to episode 184.
Wow.
We did an MLK versus Trump quotes game. Spoiler, Scott did not do that well, but I'd say go out and listen to it. We had Paul Zaloom from Beekman's World on there. And for some reason, some dude from a place called Dig In.
The Dig In. Yep.
Yeah.
I actually was going to say that. I actually remember because I think it's called Paul Zaloom and the Dig In, I believe is the name of the episode. So
yes, Matt Whitegarden, wherever he is today.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank Red Peters for coming on the show tonight. We are underway in the new year. We got a lot of cool guests already kind of in the can or already scheduled. So this year is starting off wonderfully and kind of ride the wave from last year, which was a great year. I think we will kind of do a little review of 2025 coming up, maybe our Verbies, which is our awards for different interviews. So we'll probably get to that either next week or possibly the week after. We'll see what happens. So, Mike, anything to promote before we get on out of here?
Well, as we kept on kind of jesting about, we joined quite a few networks to start off in 2026 to announce, we are on Cookie Monster Radio on Thursdays at 7 p.m. We're on Alt UK Radio, 7 p.m. UK time, Friday nights. We are on Rebound Radio Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Don't have launch day yet, but I will say we're on Real Ninja Sports TV. We'll be joining them shortly. I believe we're going to have an AM and PM time frame for our shows, but also shout out the places we have already been on, because we don't forget about you. Radio XAU over in Australia, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Australia local time, and babyboomers.org. We love you all, and we're going to keep on pushing it. We got some more ideas to get our show out there. And probably not share this episode, but we'll try to get one.
This was a good one. Who doesn't love a good fart? Farts are funny. And I will just quickly promote. I don't know what I'll promote. I guess I'll just promote us again. Trying to get the newsletter up. What I do want to promote is hit us up with some ideas. Tell us you listened to the show. Tell us the episode was terrible. Tell us it was good. Leave us a review on iTunes. Lets us know that you are out there listening. And that's really it, guys. A lot of fun stuff coming up. Life is funny. Laugh at it. Keep the wind at your back.
Cinnamonopsis. Yeah, got it. Cinnamonopsis.
Not synopsis. It was
Cinnamonopsis. I'm undefeated. Be quiet.
No, it was synonymous.